Chapter 3. The Lonely Motel. Marion suddenly woke up. Someone was standing next to her car. It was a policeman. He had a thin mouth and wore dark glasses. He was looking at her through the window. For a moment, Marion felt afraid. She quickly sat up and turned the key in the car. The policeman knocked on the glass. "Please stop the car," he said. Marion slowly opened the window. She tried to stay calm. "Is there a problem, officer?" she asked. "No problem," the policeman replied. "But why are you sleeping here?" "I was tired," Marion said. "So I stopped to rest." "There are hotels nearby," the policeman said. "Why didn't you stay in one of them?" "I only wanted to sleep for a short time," Marion answered. "Did I do something wrong?" "No," the policeman said, but his voice sounded suspicious. "May I see your driver's license?" Marion turned slightly away from him and opened her handbag. Inside the bag was a large white envelope filled with money. The policeman tried to look inside, but Marion carefully covered the envelope with her bag. Then she handed him her documents. The policeman examined them slowly. After a minute, he gave them back. Without saying anything more, he returned to his car. Marion immediately started her engine and drove away. After a few minutes, she looked in the mirror. Her heart began to beat faster. The police car was behind her. He was following her. Marion slowed down a little. She hoped he would drive past, but he stayed behind her. "Why is he following me?" she thought nervously. "Has Mr. Lowry already reported the money missing? If he has, I must change this car quickly," she thought. "I cannot let anyone follow me to Fairvale." At last, the police car turned onto another road. Marion felt a little calmer. About an hour later, she reached a small town. She stopped at a garage and asked about exchanging her car for another one. While the mechanic inspected her car, Marion walked into the street. She wanted to buy a newspaper. Then she suddenly saw the policeman again. He was standing across a road beside his car, and he was watching her. Marion pretended not to notice him. She bought the newspaper and quickly looked through it. "Good," she thought. "There is nothing about the money. Nobody knows yet. That policeman is only trying to scare me." She returned to the garage and pointed at another car. "I want this one," she said. "Would you like to test it first?" the mechanic asked. "No," Marion replied quickly. "I'm in a hurry." "How much will it cost?" "Your car and $700. Marion went to the washroom. She opened the white envelope and took out the money. When she returned, she handed the cash to the mechanic. He looked at her with surprise. Then Marion quickly sat in her new car. "Just a moment, miss." Her heart jumped. She turned quickly, but it was only another worker from the garage. He was carrying her coat and suitcase. "You forgot these in your old car," he said. He placed them in the back seat. Marion thanked him and drove away. Behind her, the policeman walked across the road. He stopped beside the mechanic. "Did that woman seem unusual to you?" he asked. The mechanic nodded. "Yes," he said. "Very unusual." Marion drove for many hours. She crossed dry desert roads and later climbed into the hills. Soon evening came. Dark clouds filled the sky. Then rain began to fall. Marion felt tired and hungry. She looked carefully through the rain for a place to stay. But the road was empty. No lights, no cars, nothing. "I must be on the wrong road," she thought. "If I turn around and find the highway again, I'll find a hotel." Just then, she saw a small light near the road. At first, she thought it was her imagination. "A motel? Out here?" she whispered. "That can't be real." She blinked and looked again. The light was still there. A small sign glowed in the rain. It said, "Bates Motel." Marion slowly drove toward it. "I can't believe it," she said quietly. "This must be my lucky night." While Chapter 4. Norman. There were no other cars outside the motel. The office door was open, but nobody was inside. Marian waited for a moment. Behind the motel, on a hill, stood a large old house. One window on the first floor was glowing with light. Behind the curtain, she saw a shadow moving. At first, Marian thought it was a woman, but soon she realized it was a man. He hurried down the hill toward the motel. Marian stepped out of her car. The young man approached her. He was tall and thin, with a friendly and youthful face. "I'm sorry," he said with a smile. "I wasn't in the office." "Do you have a room available?" Marian asked. "All 12 rooms are empty," he said. "You are the first guest tonight. You're completely wet. Please come inside." Inside the office, Marian wrote her name in the guest book, but it was not her real name. She wrote, "Mary Samuels." The young man watched her carefully. Then he chose a key from a small box. "Room number 1, he said. "It's right next to the office." He carried her suitcase from the car. Marian followed him to the room. He turned on the light and opened the window. "The room is small," he said, "but it's comfortable, and there is a shower in the bedroom." "Thank you, Mr. Bates," Marian said. "My name is Norman," he replied. "If you need anything, I'll be in the office." "I only want to sleep," Marian said. "But first, I like something to eat." Norman thought for a moment. "There is a restaurant about 10 miles away," he said, "near Fairvale." Then he smiled shyly. "But it's raining, and it's a long drive. If you like, you could have dinner with me. It's very simple food. Bread, milk, maybe cheese. You could come to the house." Marian smiled politely. "That's very kind of you." Norman's eyes brightened. "I'll bring an umbrella when everything is ready," he said. Then he hurried away. Marian closed the door and finally smiled. For the first time in many hours, she felt a little relaxed. What a strange young man, she thought. He's almost like a shy boy. But she still had something important to think about. The money. Marian looked around the room for a safe place to hide it. There was very little furniture. Finally, she placed the envelope inside her newspaper. Then she left it beside the bed. Just then, she heard a loud voice. It came from the house on the hill. Marian walked to the window and listened. It was the angry voice of an older woman. "You cannot bring strange girls into this house. Mother, please," Norman's voice replied. "So first you invite them here," the woman continued. "And what happens next? Music after dinner? Holding hands? Kissing?" "Mother," Norman said quietly, "she's just a traveler. She's hungry, and it's raining." "She will not eat with my son in this house," the woman shouted. "Do you understand? Will you send her away, or should I come down and tell her myself?" "Stop it!" Norman cried suddenly. "Stop it, mother!" Then everything became quiet. The night was silent again.
Подпишись, пожалуйста, или хотя бы поставь лайк. Один лайк не меняет мир, но меняет путь того, кто делится смыслом.